Right now, in your kitchen, you are performing a ritual that is slowly poisoning you. You think you are just cooking dinner. You wash your vegetables. You sharpen your knife. You place a fresh meal on your trusty plastic cutting board. But as you slice, you aren't just cutting food. You are grinding invisible synthetic debris directly into your diet. Researchers estimate that a single plastic cutting board can release approximately 50 grams of microplastics every single year into your food. 50 grams. That might sound abstract, so let's weigh it out physically. 50 grams is roughly equivalent to the weight of 10 credit cards. Imagine taking 10 plastic credit cards from your wallet. Put them in a blender until they turn into a fine, colorful dust. Now, imagine sprinkling that dust over your breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day for a year. You can't see it, you can't touch it, you can't feel it, but it is happening. And the scariest part? Once inside you, this plastic realizes something terrifying. There is no exit strategy. This is not a story about being dirty. It is a story about how your attempts to be clean has backfired in the worst way possible. What exactly is happening here? Most modern cutting boards are made of polyethylene, PE, or polypropylene, PP. We use them because they are miracles of modern chemistry, cheap, lightweight, and durable. But durable does not mean indestructible. When you wield a sharp steel chef's knife, you are applying intense pressure on a microscopic edge. Steel is hard, plastic is soft. So, every time your knife cuts through a steak, it doesn't stop at the food. It crashes into the board. On a microscopic level, your knife blade acts like a geological event, a sharp plow, carving a deep trench into the plastic surface. This isn't just a scratch, it is an excavation. The blade shaves off the edges of the trench, creating microplastics fragments smaller than 5 millimeters, and even smaller nanoplastics that can breach biological barriers. Just one chop can generate approximately 15 milligrams of microplastics. Experiments found that one single session of chopping can release over 1,000 microplastic pieces. In intense tests, researchers measured up to 1,114 distinct particles smaller than 5 millimeters from just one meal prep. These aren't just chunks. They are sticky. They cling to the moisture in your meat and the oils in your vegetables. They hitch a ride directly from the board to your fork. But why does this matter? To answer that, we have to look at why we invited plastic into our homes in the first place. Humans love control. And for decades, plastic felt like the ultimate control. Plastic cutting boards seduced us with a very specific promise: sterility. In the mid-20th century, we developed a collective phobia of wood. Wood felt primitive, rough, porous. It absorbed meat juices. The logic was simple. If it absorbs juice, it absorbs bacteria, a biological time bomb. Enter plastic, the savior. It was smooth, non-porous. You could blast it in the dishwasher with harsh chemicals. It came in neon colors to separate meat from veggie. It tricked our brains into feeling safe. We traded nature's complex texture for the shiny reliability of synthetic polymers. We thought we were building a fortress against disease. We were wrong. Before we inspect the damage, drop a like and subscribe to help warn other crews. Now, let's look inside. To understand why plastic is such a disaster, we need to stop thinking about your body as a thing. Start thinking of it as a closed-loop space station. This is the SS Biologia, a masterpiece of engineering floating in the hostile vacuum of the universe. Inside, everything is recycled, everything is monitored, and everything has a purpose. The station is run by trillions of crew members, your cells and gut microbiome. These aren't just passengers. They are engineers, security guards, and waste management officers. The gut is the station's main cargo bay, When you eat real food, an apple, a piece of fish, a nut, the crew knows what to do. The sorters, enzymes, break down the packages. Proteins become spare parts to fix the hull. Sugars are burned in the reactor for energy. Fiber is sent to the lower decks, the colon, where the microbial crew ferments it into fuel. It is a beautiful, harmonious system. The crew communicates via chemical radio signals. If a virus invades, the security team immune system is alerted. They neutralize the threat, and the station goes back to normal. The station is designed to handle biological inputs, things that rot, things that break down. But now, the airlock opens. A new shipment arrives. It looks like food. It enters with the food, but it is not food. It is a shower of 1,114 jagged asteroids. This is the plastic from your cutting board. The crew freezes. They scan the debris. Is it food? No. Is it a virus? No. Can we dissolve it? No. The problem? Polypropylene and polyethylene are chemically inert. The sorters hack away at the plastic shards, but nothing happens. It doesn't break down, it just sits there. Some larger shards exit via the waste airlock. But the microscopic shards, the tiny, jagged splinters, they start to drift. They get wedged in the mucus lining of the cargo bay walls. They tumble into the delicate machinery of the microbiome. At first, the station seems fine. The lights are still on, the engines hum, the crew tries to work around the debris, but they don't know that this shipment isn't just clutter. It's a saboteur. We thought plastic would pass through us like a swallowed coin. We were wrong. When you bombard a closed system with indestructible debris daily, you don't get an explosion. You get attrition. First, let's look at polypropylene, PP. When these particles infiltrate the gut, they act like constant physical irritants, like thousands of tiny splinters lodged in your skin, but on the inside. Research on mice shows these particles trigger the station's alarms. The security guards, immune system, panic. They fire weapons at the intruder, but the intruder is immortal. The result is increased markers of intestinal inflammation. The walls of the cargo bay swell. The guards are exhausted, fighting a war with no end. Then there is polyethylene, PE. This material launches a different attack. It doesn't just irritate the hull, it corrupts the crew. Studies show PE particles cause a significant shift in the gut microbiome. The good engineer microbes die off, unable to survive in the polluted environment. In their place, opportunistic scavenger microbes take over. The ecosystem collapses. The balance is lost. Remember why we bought plastic? To avoid bacteria. But science shows the opposite is true. When your knife scars a plastic board, those deep plastic canyons become bunkers for bacteria. They are impossible to clean. Water gets trapped deep inside, creating a humid paradise for pathogens. In testing, Salmonella bacteria have been found to survive for approximately 4 hours on plastic. Even after washing, they hide in the scars, waiting for your next meal. Now, look at the alternative we rejected. Wood. Wood is organic. It is alive, or was. Wood is hygroscopic. It aggressively absorbs moisture deep into its fibers. When bacteria land on wood, the moisture is sucked away from the surface, dehydrating and killing them. It gets even better. Some woods, like oak, contain high levels of tannins, natural chemical weapons. Wooden boards can destroy over 99% of bacteria that penetrate the surface within a few hours. On wood, Salmonella survives for only about 2 hours or less before perishing. The plastic board you bought to keep your family safe is a bacterial hotel feeding you microplastics. The wooden board you feared is a self-cleaning bioweapon that protects you. We have been living in the space station, terrified of the stars, while poisoning our own air supply. The station is clogging up. The filters are failing. The crew is mutinying. And outside, the shipment of plastic keeps coming. This feels overwhelming. It feels like a betrayal. The machine of industry is not stopping. The global plastic cutting board market was valued at roughly $1.2 billion in 2023. Instead of fixing the problem, the market is projected to grow to $2.1 billion by 2032. That is billions of dollars bet on the fact that you will keep eating credit cards. In the United States alone, about 69% of people still use plastic cutting boards. Even worse, 77% of them are unaware of the risks. They are poisoning the station, and they don't even know the alarm is ringing. But here is the good news. This is not climate change. This is not a global pandemic. You are the commander of your space station. You have absolute authority over what comes through the airlock. This is a problem you can solve today. We cannot remove the microplastics already in your body, but we can stop the bombardment. Switch to wood. Look for hard, tight-grained woods like maple, walnut, or cherry. Or go for the heavy artillery, oak, for those antibacterial tannins. Yes, they require maintenance. You have to oil them. You have to dry them. You cannot throw them in the dishwasher. But that effort is the price of survival. That effort is the signal to your body that you care about the whole. We are constantly told that synthetic means clean and natural means dirty. The science of the cutting board teaches us the opposite. Sometimes, the old ways, the organic ways, were engineering masterpieces we were too arrogant to understand. Check your kitchen. If you see scars on your plastic board, know those scars are mirrored inside you. Throw it out. Buy some wood. Save the station. We cannot stop the entropy of the universe, but we can choose our battles. Knowledge is the only shield we have. Wield it wisely.